Peace and love. I thought it would be fun to come on here today and talk about some of the crystals I love to use for spiritual communication. If you're interested, just stick around. Hopefully this video won't be too long. I will use my book to reference just some things. I really love this book. It's called The Crystal Healer by Philip Permut. And this is the only crystal book that I do have. I know Judy Hall is well known when it comes to crystals. I don't have any of her books. I know she has the Crystal Bible. And I think she might have a couple of oracle cards too, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if she has oracle decks. But anyways, I don't have any of her... Let's see, does she have any oracle decks? I don't have any of her books, but I know they're very well known and just full of information. But I found this book to be just enough. Just enough information. It's a smaller book. The crystals are in here based on the color, which I really like, so it's easy to find. And it's just a lot of good information in here. Introducing crystals, what are crystals, how do they work, scientific evidence. And he just says scientific evidence, without crystals we have no rockets, guidance systems, lunar landers, Mars rovers. So really crystal healing is rocket science, but let's keep it simple here. To date, although science has failed to prove a direct effect of crystals on any disease or condition, it is shown that crystals do indeed vibrate and they exhibit both piezoelectric or pyroelectric effects. Did I say that right? Crystals have been shown to hold both heat and electricity and to focus light energy. These special properties of crystals have numerous practical applications, from the use of quartz crystals in watches to the development of lasers, and crystals can even store data. So we already realizing that the crystals themselves have their own frequency, their own energy, own vibrational frequency. So they're powerful in their own right. So he talks a little bit about that with the crystals. How do they work? Crystals in action and crystal healing. I like this part here. He says, working with the stone people. In this book, I use the term work with crystals rather than the term use crystals. The reason for this is simple. Crystals are stone people. And the more you work with the crystal, the more you get to know it in the same way you do a partner or a friend. The more time you spend together, the better you get on. The more you learn about each other, and the better and more effectively you work together. You don't use people in the same way you don't use crystals. Perhaps as you work with crystals over time, you'll realize that they really are like friends. They offer a helping hand in times of need and joyous, beautiful company in happier and healthier times. They are stone people, and like human associates, some of them pass into and out of your life while others become lifelong friends. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look at some of my loved crystals for spiritual communication. Books like this are wonderful, but I always recommend when you bring crystals into your home, first of all, when you pick crystals, you want to pick crystals that speak to you, that kind of call to you when you see them. Or, of course, if you've gifted a crystal or if somebody, you find one, that's even more beneficial because it was meant for you. It's something that is really special to you. But when you go and look for crystals, you want to pick ones that stand out and that kind of call to you. And those are the ones that are asking to be worked with. And so when you bring those type of crystals home, you decide, you and the crystal, you both, that energy, you decide how you work together. So just because a crystal might be good for a certain thing, like say something like rose quartz, of course we know that's good for the heart chakra. We know that's good for, with love and calming and soothing and self-care. But then I also can use that for spiritual communication because a crystal can be whatever whatever we've agreed upon. Especially when you're dealing with quartz crystals because they have numerous abilities. And so I think we can look at the meanings for crystals and we can look at their, what we can use them for, but also we can intuit how they work for us. But another thing that I like about this book, like I said, is by color, which is really nice. And then in the back here, there's this full section called Remedies for Physical Ailments. And so he might have something in here like air sickness. He has allergies, alopecia, Alzheimer's, anemia. And of course, we want to get medical assistance if we're going through any of these things. but he just talks about how some of the energy from some certain crystals, how it can help to be a partner in certain types of, in our journeys, okay? It's not meant to be the everything. So, but this is a great book. It's not a huge book, but it's just enough. It's enough to get started. And so let's see here. So first is going to be the Master Healer, the Everything Crystal. If you don't have crystals, if you don't have a crystal collection, which is just fine, you know, Quartz Crystal is all you need. And this is one of my favorite pieces of quartz. And I've had this for many, many years. I'm in the process, I really don't buy crystals too much anymore unless it's something that really speaks to me. Because as with anything, when things become popular, it becomes something that can be exploited. And unfortunately, it leads to detrimental things when it comes to the workers and the treatment of people who mine the crystals, and also the environment as well. So we want to be careful of things like that. So, but this is one of my favorite pieces of quartz, and it's just large enough where I can spend time meditating. I usually use this when I want to go into deep meditation. Every now and then, if I'm feeling a certain way, or if I need spiritual, to kind of like a cleansing when I'm sleeping, I'll put this underneath my bed. If I've had disturbing dreams, or if I've had really rough nights, then I'll take my quartz, and this is just perfect enough where it can it's flat enough where I can kind of put it underneath my pillow to the side. And so this is one of my favorites. Like I said, perfect for meditation. And that's how we're doing our communication, is through sitting peacefully with the crystal, holding it, and kind of listening for whatever information comes into our minds, and then also stilling our minds and trying to open up. We're working on the crown and the brow, the brow and the crown. So these crystals are all crystals that work with the brow and the crown chakra. Some more, I'll show some more, because quartz is really one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites too. Beautiful quartz sphere. And this one is really nice because it has lots of rainbows in it, so I can just kind of sit and gaze and meditate on that. And that's a way that you can work with spirit too, gazing at crystals, seeing what type of information you get from just kind of looking at the rainbows and looking at the structure on the inside. It's another really pretty piece of quartz that I got a few years back. I think this might have been for one of my, could have been like a 36th, 37th, 38th birthday, something like that. And I got this just from one of the local metaphysical shops. And these are all, it's all clear quartz. The Master Crystal, the Master Healer, the Everything Crystal. This is a piece that's really pretty, and I love. I got this a few years back when I went to Mexico in one of the shops there. So this is really special to me. The beautiful thing about quartz that people love is that it can be programmed, which means that you let the crystal know what you need it for. And that's the relationship that you have with that particular crystal. For this one, like I said, I use this for meditation. So when I pick this one up, we're programmed to, or it's programmed, or the energy together in tandem. We're working on meditating and reaching those higher realms. And so that's what I use this particular crystal for. Steel quartz, but not as clear. This is a piece of lithium quartz. It has the lithium in it, so it's been said that it helps to soothe the mind, and a great crystal for relaxation. But it still works with the brow and the crown. The thing about quartz crystals is it actually works with all the chakras. Let's see, little small piece. You don't have to have large pieces of quartz. Even a small piece like this or a tumble is all you need. You just can hold it in your hand like this and just meditate. You know, meditate with that energy and clear your mind and just kind of see what messages you can get, still your mind. So small pieces work just as well as large pieces. All right, still keeping with clear, I have calcite, clear calcite. Calcite also works with the brow and the crown. Calcite has a really interesting texture. It's a real smooth, light feel to it. Really, but light as in, it's not as heavy as quartz. But it has a nice softness to it, a smoothness to it. But this is also a good crystal for meditation and for connection with the spirit realm. Of course, we know selenite is a purifier and a high vibrational crystal. And I think I've talked about this before, where I keep this beside my bed, and this kind of helps with if I'm having difficult time sleeping, then I'll have this beside my bed, and it kind of helps. Meditating with this helps, but this is also dealing with the higher realms. This is also dealing with angelic realms and things like that if you're working with selenite. Selenite is a very, very delicate crystal, meaning that you don't want to get this wet. You don't really want to expose it to sunlight either. I feel like it dulls it out. I've had a couple of pieces of, and I think it might have been like a little orange. I had an orange selenite heart, and it dulled out. I think I kept it in a windowsill, so I always want to be careful with that. This one is pretty. This is calcite pyrite in quartz. I don't know if it's picking it up at all, but there's that pyrite. Pyrite is one of my favorite. So this is taking on a few different properties here. Another lighter crystal that I love is pink tourmaline and matrix. I've showed this before. Pink tourmaline is one of my favorites. It's really delicate, so I don't utilize this one a lot. I don't take it out a lot. I have it on display. But I've shown it before in one of my videos, but it's one of my absolute favorites. And this one is good for journeying. And this is just like a little small piece of selenite. Like I said, big pieces, small pieces, whatever you have. Whatever you have is what you work with. The small pieces are nice because you can carry them on you, of course, in your pocket. Selenite is a little bit on the softer side, so you want to be careful with that. But you can make little bags, little medicine bags, or just like take little pouches and put some of your favorite crystals in and use that and just kind of have that energy with you throughout the day, you know. So, scolecite. This is a small piece. I don't have a large piece. You can even see how unique this crystal is. This is another good one to hold, a high vibrational crystal to hold for spiritual communication, meditation. Celestite. And I've showed this to you before in a larger form. This is just a small piece. Another crystal that reminds me of celestite, except it doesn't have the crystalline formations, is angelite. And I don't have a piece on me right now, but I have it somewhere. That's a little darker. It's a darker blue. But that also can be used for spiritual communication, of course, working with the angelic realms. The same thing for the celestite. Classic amethyst, of course. Intuition, psychic ability, spiritual communication. And I really like this piece of amethyst. It has a little bit of calcite. A little bit of calcite on it, if you can see it. I'm taking it off the camera. There it is. Get some of that. Here, get some of that amethyst medicine. Same, just a different form. Easier to hold. The other one is more of a specimen. You'll have it sitting around, maybe by your bedside or your workspace. But these ones are perfect for meditation, to hold and to have in your bag or your pocket to carry with you. If you're feeling anxious, to kind of take them out and just hold them and utilize that energy. A classic, a favorite. If you just want to have 2 crystals in your collection, quartz and amethyst. That's pretty much all you need. Rose quartz is good too. I forgot one clear one. We'll come back to that. This is another high vibrational crystal that I really, really love. This is danburite. I've shown this before. I've showed this before in a video. But this is also good for meditation and spiritual communications. More pieces of amethyst here. This one is a piece of dream amethyst or chevron amethyst, which is nice to put underneath your pillow to help with any type of journeying or dream work. Receiving messages in your dreams. This is also another beautiful piece of amethyst. This is a Veracruz Amethyst. Just a different variety. It's supposed to be one of the highest vibrational amethysts, or it's of a high vibration. And this one is a perfect size just to kind of hold. Let's see. One of my all-time favorites. I've talked about it. Labradorite. Psychic abilities, spiritual communications, downloads, channeling, all that. Protection, grounding. You get all that from this particular crystal here. This is one of my favorites. This is a smaller one. Smaller piece. Let's see that. You can see a little bit of the flash on there. Kite. And these were all shown in that shadow work video because these also work with the shadow too. Another piece. Kite. You can see it. It's got a nice flash to it as well. This is Indigo Gabbro. This is Mystic Marilynite, another dark crystal. Magician's Stone. Spiritual communication with this one. What else do we have? Lapis Lazuli. I feel like this one is also good for ancestral work, past life work, all that. Also with the blue there is a truth stone. Anytime you're working with blue, you're working with the throat chakra. Azerite. a small piece, but this is also good for spiritual communication, for ancestral work, for time, for traveling, those things. And this is another piece of azurite, just a different, this is more of a specimen piece. I don't know if you can see it. Bring up a little closer. Shadokite. Still in the blue family here. This one is for mediumship and divination, channeling. This is Prehnite, which is one of my favorites, with epidote included in it. This is actually one of my favorite stones in my collection, because this already makes me think. This is a stone that I use for ancestral work. The way it looks. That's what it gives. That's what the feeling that it gives me. And this is a stone. This is epidote. They call this the stone of increase. So whatever you use this with, or whatever intention you have while using the stone, whatever energy you're using the stone with, it vibrates that frequency more and more out into the universe. So whatever you're asking for, if you're utilizing this stone and meditating with this stone, you're putting that energy out there 2 times. So, and that's what makes this stone special, because it has it included. Let's see. Did I get one? Dragonite. This one always makes me think of like space, you know, something that's definitely not from here. Very unique stone. I think that's all that I have out here. These are some of my favorites. When you're done with your meditation, or you're working with spirit through, you know, if you're just trying to do a channeling session, if you're sitting and just kind of holding the crystals and just waiting for information to come to you, or if you're just clearing your mind and kind of seeing what the spirits or what the crystals are saying, when you come down from that, it's always good to do grounding. And so I bought a couple of those, and my favorite is Tourmaline. So after your crystal session, utilizing Tourmaline. And then of course malachite. These are 2 powerful stones for grounding your energy, bringing you back to earth, centering you again. Let's see what it says about some of the ones we went over. So azurite. They call it the stone of heaven. It enhances creativity, good for psychic ability, helps you to express feelings, thoughts, and psychic information, brings compassion and empathy. And they have it here as the throat chakra. But of course, if we're working with our psychic abilities, we're working with our crown and our brow. So azurite, let's see here. They have it for the brow and the heart. Good for meditation, can bring the realization that sometimes the most profound changes are the simplest. It also helps with anxiety. And so this book doesn't really go into huge detail. Oh, another one I have on is, I have my amethyst on, my bracelet, but this is iolite. I don't have an actual stone. I just have the bracelet. And then I have my amethyst that I wear. But the iolite works on the brow. Good for emotional attachments, yin and yang balance, the aura, astral travel, shamanic visions and journeys, and living in the moment. Lapis for the brow. Good for relaxation, relationships, dreams, yin and yang balance, and all psychic abilities, and helps with depression. Shadokine. Good for mediumship, channeling, automatic writing, didn't say that, tarot, runes, and any divination, including the entrails of sheep, which I have no idea how to deal with the entrails of sheep, but that's in here. Helps you to create your own reality, and that's always wonderful. And one I don't have out here, but it's in the blue family, is sodalite, and that also works with the brow chakra, and that's a common crystal that a lot of people do have. And I'm just kind of looking in here to see if I see anything that stands out. I had a piece, and I do believe this is a apophyllite. I have another piece, but I can't find it. And so I really didn't want to show this one because I don't know if this is quartz with a little bit of calcite inclusions. You can see it has a beautiful shine to it, a little shimmer to it. But apophyllite, let's see here. Works with the brow and the crown. Good for reflection, astral travel, clairvoyance. Helps you connect to spirit and maintain a meditative state after meditation. So to hold that energy. Danburite, crown. Let's see here. I'm just kind of looking to see if anything stands out. Moonstone is another common crystal that a lot of people have. They say it works with the sacral chakra, but I also believe that works with the crown as well. Let's see here. The brow and crown. I have a piece of stilbite. I didn't bring that out with me, but that also works with throat, the brow and the crown as well. All right. So I was just kind of giving you an idea of, this book is just easy to look through just because it's, like I said, it's based on the colors. I was looking back to see if anything stood out. I wanted to look at the Dragonite or the aragonite. Let's see here. They say it works with the crown chakra. Good for problem solving. Let's see here. Good for problem solving. Helps answers suddenly to become obvious. Encourages patience, practicality, and reliability. Can't speak today. Right. And it's many more. These are just the ones that I could grab. Fluorite. If you have fluorite as well. Let's see here. The fluorite works with the heart, throat, brow, and the crown chakras. And I know a lot of people have fluorite. That's a more common crystal. Right. That's it. But like I said, this is a really good book just to give you a overview. You might not learn every single thing about the crystals because the passages are pretty short, if you can see here. Can you see? So for each crystal, you're not going to get a huge amount of information. I think it's being washed out. But you're not going to get a huge amount of information for each crystal. Just a little bit. Just enough. And like I said, once you get that information, you're really going to be bonding with your crystal. And like I said, if you just have one quartz, that's all you need, right? You're going to be bonding with your crystal, and you are going to be creating that energetic connection. So I thought it'd be nice to finish up with the crystal card pull, and I'll let you decide. Normally I do a lot of talking when I do the crystal readings on this channel. But in this one, I'll just hold the card up and I'll allow you to do the reading for yourself based on what you feel. But these are my favorite cards. I've had these for many, many years. If they're, out of all the decks that I have, if I can only have one deck in my collection, if I can only use one deck to read with, it would be these. The Crystal Reading Cards by Rachel Charman. And it's been around. You know, you can find them. I think Barnes & Noble, they have them. Of course, they're on Amazon. And it's nothing, you know, amazing about the actual cards. They're durable. They've lasted me all these years. And I mean, I've had them for a long time. And they still, of course, they're a little worn on the sides there, but they're no bowing. They're not bent. And of course, I do overhand shuffling. And maybe for this particular one, I'll read the passage in the book. And so this is a message for us. If you've been with me until the end of this video, thank you. I'm gonna pull a message for us, a collective message. Crystal energy, what do you have to share with us tonight? And what do we have? We have spirit quartz, music. I get this one all the time. All the time. All the time. Every time I use this deck, I pretty much get music. It's like, okay, I'll listen to some music. All right. So let's see what music has. And of course with that, you know, we want to use music if we are to receive messages, because a lot of times that's how our guides communicate with us, through music, you know, listen to the lyrics and maybe having a song that might bring up a certain type of feeling or a certain energy. But for some of us, we just need to unwind. If we're going through a stressful situation, then listening to music is going to automatically calm the system down. So, but let's see what she has to say about the spirit quartz here. I can't even tell you how many times I get this card. All right, spirit quartz. Crystal color, range of lavender and pink and white. Definitely, let me see. Can I hold it where we don't get the ring light? Related chakras, all the chakras. Spirit quartz is a magical crystal full of wonder and joy and assists you in connecting to the music of the spheres. It holds within it the healing medicine of music, sound, and vibration. Music is one of the most powerful healing modalities in the universe. It resonates deeply into your psyche, inviting you to open and experience the magic and bliss of the cosmos. Spirit quartz consists of many small crystal points, singing their song of love, encouraging you to connect to the healing essence of music. Crystal meaning: opens you to the natural gifts, talents, and passions related to music and sound, opens you to the music of the cosmos, connects you to the fairy realm and nature spirits to a sense of magic, balances the chakra and energy fields, creating well-being, invokes inspiration and balance, aligns to pure joy and freedom that is your divine birthright. Oracle reading. Messages from the crystal. The demons of the crystals of the spirit quartz share with you that music is a very important aspect of your healing and life at present. Music is one of the most powerful healing vibrations within the universe. It transcends the mind and penetrates deeply into the heart, bringing all types of people together in this creative expression of love. It is time to invite more music into your life. Dance and allow the music to fill every single cell of your being with joy and happiness. Open and receive as musical divas play their healing sounds and songs, and feel yourself awakening to new depths. Feel the harmonic tones soothing your soul. gently guiding you back to the rhythm of your own heartbeat. Listen, play, sing, and work with music in all areas of your life and allow it to activate, heal, and inspire you. Feel it open new doorways within you, allowing you to express yourself. If you've been thinking about pursuing a music career, this card has shown up today to share with you that it's the perfect path for you to embark on. All right, for those who are interested in a musical career, I used to sing back in the day. Right now I do poetry, so I believe that card can probably extend to any type of creative form where we're utilizing our voice, including this medium. So let's get one card, and I can't think of the name of this deck, the Essence Crystal cards. I don't have the book for this one anymore, and I've had this one for a long time too. And I'll let you meditate on this one. And we have the Garnet, Commitment, the Heart, and the Sacral Chakras. So whatever energy you get from that, that's your message. Commitment. With that music card, a commitment to communicating and working with your ancestors, listening for messages, a commitment to your creative endeavors, if there's music or if it's any type of artistic project that you're working on, being committed to it, being committed to using your voice, being committed to sharing your truth, all that think about with the music. And then underneath here we have meditation. Just quickly look at that one, just because that's what we're talking about with spiritual communications. So meditating more, listening to the music of our spirits and of our hearts, centering ourselves. And then the ancestor card, connecting to our ancestors through music, too. Connecting to our ancestors through utilizing this crystal energy here that we talked about today. All right. It was nice spending some time. I brought my tea out, and of course I didn't have a sip until now. I'm about to say bye. But hope you enjoyed, and if you stayed this long, please like it and subscribe. I'm trying to build my channel up. I don't say it on every video. I don't say it often, but it is something that I'm working towards. I know, I tend to be a different type of reader, but feel free to look at some of my other videos. I'll probably put more things up as we go along. More videos dealing with crystals, more videos dealing with decks and different reviews and things like that, and self-care. And I have a ritual up. I'll probably do more rituals. So stay tuned. I'll do a lot of things on this channel. All right. Take care. Peace.